I know why you do it, because you're just tired and you just want to cuddle, you know? You've punched each other for a bit and it's time to have a cuddle. And we've punched each other for a bit and it's time to have a cuddle.
Oh, yeah. That's the best way.
Hi, I'm Johnny. I'm a frontline cop at the Mount Wellington Police Station, and this is Ride Along.
Well, team, as much as I like T-Swift, no, I don't actually. That'll be contentious. That'll be contentious. She's just not my cup of tea. She's not.
You like it?
I don't actually. I don't. But it's not like a Katy Perry thing either. It's not like I've like one of them more than the other. I'm just not into either of their music. Pop music isn't my jam. Welcome everybody. So we are on our way out into South Auckland, looking for a person who we posted up about on Facebook, and members of the public have contacted us with sightings of this person, and so we're going to action some of that information today, hoping that we can track him down. And if that is the case, I will be immensely grateful to the people out there who've contacted us with information. You know who you are. So thank you very much, because you've helped us bring this person to justice. If we don't find him today, I'll be really disappointed, and I'll probably cut this clip. But we'll see how we go. I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I feel like I inherited fleas from the first house we went to. I'm covered in cobwebs from the second house we went to. It's a bizarre mask for a fruit vendor to be wearing. And we weren't successful, which is the worst. But it isn't all victories, this job. Sometimes you go to 3 houses and you come up with nothing. Nothing. Give me something, James. Give me something. Yeah, comms there, intersection of Muscat Place and Waipuna. We're 10-7 with them now.
Should I chuck the lights on?
Yeah. You're not on Linton Road, bro. Well, hey everyone. Well, what you've just witnessed is an interception of a stolen vehicle. It was stationary at some traffic lights, so a unit had parked it in. We pulled up behind, and then dealt with the 3 people in that vehicle, all for different things, and one of them relating to that vehicle. The passenger, the person that I pulled out and arrested, initially gave a false name, which seems to be happening to me a lot lately. So he reckoned his name was David. I reckoned it was not David, and I was correct. It wasn't David. So he was arrested as a passenger of that stolen vehicle, and after a little inquiry, we found out who he really was, and he was then passed to the tactical crime unit who wanted to speak to him about a number of burglaries. So that's a really good lockup for us. Well, both for us and for the rest of the... Does that motorcycle have a number plate? The Rock have been talking about playing Snoopy's Christmas for like ages, and they are finally playing it. This is a momentous occasion. The song will be observed in its entirety.
Is this your favourite?
No, Walk by Pantera is a good song though. But this is a classic. Well, hey everyone. I've just finished dealing with another suspended driver, which sort of seems to be the flavour of the month at the moment. This vehicle has come past me. It sort of sticks out a bit, and it didn't look, you know, too good. Bit of panel damage. You can see that there's some aftermarket lights here that you know, aren't affixed snugly to the body. And that yeah, bit of damage to the guards, bit of rust, things like that, that kind of stick out. Yeah, so it drew my attention. I queried it, and obviously it had no warrant, no reg, and the known driver had a suspended license. So pulled him over, and initially he was given details, but they weren't too convincing. And after I pushed a little bit, he changed his mind, gave me his real details, and yeah, admitted to being the driver, although contested whether he was suspended or not. But unfortunately, the courts will make a determination on whether or not they think he was suspended at the time, which I'm pretty sure they'll think, because he was suspended at the time. Sort of one of those things it's very difficult to get out of. So what happens to suspended drivers is basically similar to people who have no driver's license. The vehicles get impounded by us for 28 days. They go to court to explain themselves to the judge and face fines, potentially imprisonment if they do it regularly. This driver was suspended because of demerit points, so that means that they've stacked up a number of offences leading to being suspended. It's one of those things where persistent behaviour that isn't safe, you know, leads to, unfortunately, greater and greater consequences as things go on. So something innocuous, speeding, you know, not having a rego, not having a warrant, not wearing your seatbelt, it just builds and builds and builds, and eventually it becomes something really big. So if I had a message to people, especially as we head into Christmas, it's pay attention to the small stuff. You know, sweat the details. Make sure everyone in your car is wearing the seatbelt. Make sure the tyres are good. You know, check them before you go on a drive. And then you won't be caught out. Not that we're in the business of catching people out, but we are in the business of making sure that people are safe. And sometimes that means issuing fines when they're not, to encourage them, you know, to maintain their vehicles and to maintain their licenses. So yeah, he was nice though. He was a nice guy given the situation. It's a lame situation, you know, losing your car for a month. So, you know, if you're watching, I appreciate the attitude and the compliance after our initial conversation about whether or not you were giving me the right name. Yeah, just waiting for a tow truck now in the heat. Hey, it feels like as good a time as any team to give you a bit of a message around this Christmas. Look, there'll be lots of road safety messages from the police heading in towards the end of the year. And through the summer, it's a dangerous time, unfortunately, to be on the road. There's a lot of people on the road, and there's a lot of people driving in places they're unfamiliar with. And I guess my message to everybody is just to slow down, to pay attention when they're driving, and to drive deliberately rather than sort of passively meandering their way through a section of road. Really pay attention to the road. And when you're stopped at an intersection, you're looking, especially those intersections on, you know, some of the less popular state highways where they're controlled by stop signs or even giveways. Really look and look for hazards. Don't look for a car, look for a hazard. Because if you're looking for cars, you might not see motorbikes. If you're looking for you know, if you're looking for cars, you might miss cyclists and pedestrians and backpackers and hitchhikers and many creatures that we share our roads with. So please be careful. You know, I ride a bike like a lot of people, and I feel pretty nervous coming up to intersections mostly. So do us a favour and really switch your brain on when you come up to those intersections and look for hazards. Expect to find something, and you won't be surprised when you do, and you won't be eking out into the lane when you do. So that would be my message. So just park here, swing it around, yeah, stay there, stop. That's a good spot. And then just leave the headlights on, so put it in park. Yep, and then here, chuck it on ATIS, and then you can switch the ignition off. More of a chat to the team. Just be careful, there's 1 or 2 shirtless males. No, I can't get on the comms yet. Okay, cool.
Oh, but I watch your vlogs every day.
Okay.
Well, here's your girl.
Right. Her name's Ellen. You're going to be respectful, eh? You're going to be respectful, bro.
I even see I even see you guys when you train the new guys. Yeah.
Seen those ones?
Yeah. See, like, you know, when I drive around, because you're off. See, look, watch. You're from my Wellington, eh?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
See?
There's always that one guy that's the drunkest guy. I like it.
I'm not the drunkest guy. I'm saying
you are.
No, but I'm saying.
You are, bro.
But I know that you're from Wellington police station, eh?
Yeah.
Yep, because I've seen your vlogs.
Do they understand this? Do they understand this?
I'm looking at no gang signs, mate.
No, it's not good about these guns.
Brother,
Okay.
I'll see
Johnny,
you.
sorry, Johnny.
You guys are going to be quiet now, eh?
Yeah, we'll be quiet.
well,
So we're going to take off. It'll be quiet if it's just conversations, that's good. No loud music, no yelling.
I know this fella.
No shirts off. Nothing silly. You're going to keep that shirt on now, eh?
Yeah, you will.
Johnny,
You're going to keep that shirt on.
Johnny, I just saw you. Sorry, I wasn't.
You keep the boys in line, eh? They're your boys?
Good
Good to meet you guys. Thanks for being chill with us, eh?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, that was just.
Roger, Roger. 706, no one, 2. Roger.
Comms is Eagle available?
Eagle comms, you available for that?
So you want to get into the left lane because you want to go left up here. So you might have to go around them if they stop, or no, they're going to turn.
Eagle comms.
Sweet. Go around, that's it. So you want to go straight through this roundabout.
Comms out of 3422 for Greenland. Roger. Comms from Bela. Are you okay,
Let's go.
He's spoiling the loser! You piece of human garbage! Look at you beating up at school match, little boy! All day,
Okay. Just so you know, yeah.
No.
I finished.
No.
I'm nearly out of battery. So essentially we got a report that there was a stolen car on its way to Mission Bay. We intercepted it just as it was coming to a stop, and there was a driver in it, no one else. And he had a screwdriver in his hands when we first approached him, so we brought him down to the ground and put him into cuffs there where it was a bit safer for us, and we could get that screwdriver clear so that we didn't cop any nasty injuries or anything. And now we're just going through the vehicle. There's a couple of tools that have been used to steal it: a screwdriver, a pair of vice grips, and there's also a lot of drug paraphernalia. And search pursuant to arrest of our offender has shown some drug substance on his person, some cannabis. Yeah, you probably heard him mouthing off. Look, people get quite angry when things don't go their way, when they get arrested for being in stolen cars, and they direct that rage at someone. It's usually the first person they see, and today that happened to be me. And you just kind of let it flow off you. You would have heard my voice pretty relaxed, just letting him know that he can calm down, and that nothing really was going to change For him, unfortunately, he just kept going at it. So we've given him another officer to talk to. Hopefully that calms him down a little bit, since his vitriol today is directed at me. And now we're just going to go through this vehicle, see if we can't find anything else along the way. And that is a wrap for 2018. Whether you've just joined us or you've been watching from the very beginning, thanks. Thanks for your time and your attention. I hope I'm answering your questions. If I'm not, pop them down in the comments. I'll do my best to get to them. Make sure you're subscribed, because this is going to be the last vlog episode for a couple of weeks. I'm going on leave in early January, taking a bit of a holiday, but I'll be back mid to late Jan for the next vlog episode to go up. You should get an alert through your emails or through YouTube subscriber feed. If you don't, check back in mid-January. There should be a post up about it. Alternatively, you can find us on Instagram. The Auckland Police Instagram page is where I always post when a video is coming up, so check that out. And there will also be some updates from the road if I've got anything to tell you. I don't know. Before I go, the holidays are a pretty hectic time. They're a crazy time for emergency services. They're a tough time for families, and they can be a really tough time for individuals too. If you know someone in your life who is struggling, this is a great time to reach out and hit them up. If you are a person in your life who is struggling, this is a great time to ask for help. Don't leave it too late. Please look after each other over the holidays. Please drive carefully. There'll be a lot of motorcyclists hitting the roads over the break, including me. So look twice for us at intersections, so everyone gets to go home. Yeah, and that's it. Hey, thanks. This vlog would not be possible without you, without your interest. We'd probably be making something else, and I wouldn't be making anything. So I really appreciate it. Let us know what you want to see in the new year, and more than happy to take your suggestions. And I know that there'll be more cool videos coming from the media team as the year progresses. Good luck, be safe, and I'll see you in 2019.